You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the Win Show on KZKO. Take part with the cast by sending your suggestions for each segment throughout the week or during the show by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, or the Win KZKO blog. Now, enjoy the show. It's local. It's global. You are listening to Win World Local News.
Win World Local News with Potter Smittss. Our top story today is brought to us by Win Facebook contributor Gigi from Milan, Italy. With the wedding this weekend of the world's most eligible bachelor, George Clooney, taking place in Venice, Mr. Clooney's ex-girlfriends are crying conspiracy, accusing Mr. Clooney's wedding to be merely a major scene for his next Hollywood film. To go straight to the heart of this matter, let's go live to somewhere in Moscow, Russia, to Win NSA reporter Edward Snowden, who is standing by with Hollywood actress Renee Zellweger. Edward?
Hey there, Potter. That's right, I'm standing here with Renee, and she's... You appear to be, well, I wouldn't say furious, but definitely ticked off.
Yes, I am a little bit mad because I thought I could bag George. I also thought that I could bag Jim Carrey, neither of which, well, gave me that ring I wanted.
So, are you just spiteful then? I mean, why not move on? Why not find some other lucky guy? I'm sure there are a lot of guys out there that really like to be with you. I mean, I enjoy your movies.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm spiteful. I would say it probably didn't happen. I really believe this is conspiracy. There's no way George would have given a ring to some lawyer lady who's like 36 years old. I mean, she's not even famous like me, so I don't know why he would do something like that. So clearly it must be just a whole stunt or a big scene for a film that he's shooting.
Well, I mean, speaking as a high-profile figure myself, I can relate to wanting to have a relationship with somebody who's not necessarily a high-profile figure who's constantly receiving attention. I mean, that might actually be complimentary to his lifestyle, don't you think?
Well, possibly, but Edward, you're high-profile, and yes, but you have the options to get all those hot Russian women now that you're friends with Vladimir, and you get asylum in this godforsaken country.
Yeah, what are you doing here? I just ran into you at the train station while I was supposed to be doing a research report for Potter.
Well, I didn't want to tell you why I was here, but I might as well. I'm shooting a new film. Matter of fact, it's the next Pokemon film. And
I didn't know you were a fan.
I'm a huge fan, and I'm so excited to play in the first American non-animated version of Pokemon.
You said the first animated non-American?
Yes, both. Non-animated, non-American.
I think Japan might have hit that mark already.
But Japanese aren't Americans.
Right. Oh, so it's not animated, but it is in the first... Well, I think on both fronts, actually, Pokemon movies have been made in both... You know, it's not a big deal. You're clearly very excited.
So excited.
What role will you be playing?
Well, I can't disclose that because of the NDA I have with the production company. But however...
Is it Misty? Are you going to play Misty?
I can't deny that.
As we all know, Misty was one of the original members of the core group of three, Ash, Misty, and Brock.
Okay, you figured it out, Edwin, like you figured everything else out. I mean, heck, you know stuff about everybody in this world, so of course you probably broke and hacked into the Hollywood computers and got a copy of the NDA agreement that I had to sign. So yes, I am playing Misty.
And I will tell you what, I've done a fair share of hacking in my day, but those Hollywood computers in particular really, they gave me a challenge, but nothing I couldn't overcome.
What makes them so hard compared to, let's say, the NSA computers or the CIA or anything else?
It's simply the star power. Somehow Hollywood has been able to actually channel the power of our star into firewalls.
Oh, that makes sense because the star is pretty bright and really hot. So I guess a firewall would be really tough to break through, right?
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Oh.
I think that's how it works. Well, Potter, there you have it. That's the news from here in Russia. Renee Zellweger will be portraying maybe Misty in the next non-animated, not maybe American version of Pokemon.
Yeah, okay. The cat's out of the bag. I will be playing Misty in a non-Japanese, non-animated American version of Pokemon.
And despite George Clooney's marriage, she seems in high spirits for her future projects. Back to you, Potter.
Well, thank you, Edward. That's great to know that we got two birds with one stone killed with that story. Well, our next story is brought to us by Win Facebook contributor Fu from Shanghai, China. The growing pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong have begun to question whether or not China can continue forever under communist rule. To get behind the lines of what seems to be causing these protests and look at China's long-term future, let's go live to Winter National reporter Ivan Watson, who is in Hong Kong with pro-democracy protester and martial arts expert and world-renowned actor, Mr. Jackie Chan. Ivan?
Hi there. Yes, I'm standing here with renowned martial artist and actor. You are known around the world for your stunts on screen, but everything up to this point pales in comparison to these pro-democracy protests. Mr. Chan, why have you decided to make this step into politics?
Yes, I have decided to make this step into politics because, I am now 60 years old, and it is very hard for me to kick butt anymore, even with great Hollywood CGI and stunt doubles. Secondly, I am from Hong Kong. I was born right across the river here in Victoria Harbor, and so I feel dear to it. Thirdly, I've realized that ever since I left my primary residency out of China, that the Chinese people are in a very dire strait, and it's time now to stand up and demand for our democracy and freedom.
Very well said, Mr. Chan. What is it these people need to do, then, in order to achieve their goals? And what exactly are those goals? Clearly, some movement towards a more democratic process and instilling, it's just a more democratic process into the established government. But how are they going to get that done?
Well, if you can look over here to the right and to the left, you see all part of these 60,000 protesters that are here with me, and they believe they can get it done with chop suey and Peking duck.
Food?
Yes, because Chinese food is worldwide, and in every small town in the United States, for example, there's a Chinese restaurant, which no person would ever eat at a Chinese restaurant in a small town, let's say in Freeman, Nebraska. And yet there's still a restaurant. So therefore the popularity and its penetration worldwide is completely a viable form of causing a revolution.
So you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong here, that because of the prevalence of not quite traditional Chinese food, but fast food, buffet style.
Panda Express, to be example.
Panda Express is a good example. That will somehow rally people around the globe to support this cause?
Yes, without a doubt, because Panda Express, for example, and commonly butchered American Chinese food like P.F. Chang's and Pei Wei Diner have shown that the Chinese people themselves should have democracy and get all the money that is being taken in for the food that's being bought by American people and others around the world.
Though that food in these restaurants were established before this pro-democracy movement. What's changed since?
The advertising of those restaurants
have become more popular. So people back here in Hong Kong and China are jealous and excited at the same time to realize that the Chinese people have a popularity around the world that would be willing to be supported for democracy.
All right. Very well. Well, Mr. Chen, I wish you the best, and I look forward to seeing how this pro-democracy movement via fast food Chinese restaurants will manifest.
Yeah, and while you're here, I would recommend to go 3 blocks down after the sit-in and have a Peking duck yourself.
Alrighty. Well, there you have it, Potter. Jackie Chan appears to... well, I guess he's down for the cause, as they say. Back to you, Potter.
Well, thank you, Ivan. Well, thank you on that reporting. That's interesting because I was going to have some Chinese food tonight as we speak, actually. Let's go over to the World Sports Desk. And, Fired Up Frank is out of the office and he's out of commission right now. We're going to go to Cranked Up Carl, who's at the World Pro Vacuuming Championships. What's going on over there?
Oh, man, dude, like, the vacuum action is intense. I mean, we've got all kinds of suction power. The outlets have been extended with extension cords and power strips, and as you can hear in the back, we've got Dennis Riley, number 3 ranked from the southwest region of the United States. He's pulling some funky maneuvers with the shag carpet, which, as we all know, has proven to be quite a challenge in his past efforts. But I think he's gonna really kick it up a notch here today and pull in the big W.
Well, thank you, Carl. That's very interesting. I didn't know there was a pro vacuum circuit. Well, let's go over to the World Weather Desk and Daisy Rainmaker, who's sitting in the Amazon. What's going on out there, Daisy?
I have no idea. Like, there are spiders as big as my head. There are snakes that would stretch across my living room floor. And it's actually, like, pretty peaceful, but it's also pretty scary. And I didn't get any shots before I came down here. So, I don't know, fingers crossed. It's raining in the rainforest.
Well, thank you, Daisy. Thank you for that information. And I have no idea what you were doing in the rainforest. But thank you all for tuning in to Win World Local News. I'm Potter Smittss. Stay tuned for Community Court next on the World Improv Network.
You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.